Oh baby, it is sneak peek season, everybody. Who the heck doesn't like this time here inside of Brawl Stars? Guys, we got an update right around the corner, and it is time for update sneak peek number 1. We have a ton of stuff to get into in today's video, namely an extensive list of balance changes with 27 different brawlers getting something changed to them, with a main focus on one particular trait here in the game, and that is super regeneration rate. It all seems really interesting, and I can't wait to get into those things. But on top of that, we're going to be getting into the Brawl Pass, everything that you can come to expect on that, as well as the brand new environment here in the game. It is all looking fantastic. So hope you guys are all pumped up. Let's get straight away into it. Here we go. So since the balance changes are incredibly long in today's video, we're going to be starting off with the Brawl Pass as well as the new environment here in this update first. But before we get into that, make sure you guys are staying tuned to the channel. We're going to be getting into a Colette breakdown video here very soon, right around the corner. She is so much freaking fun. I'm sure you guys are all going to enjoy that, as well as make sure you guys are using code RAY in the shop during this update time if you'd like to support the channel any further. It always helps out in such a huge way. Join the dance parties, code RAY. All exclusive pass, baby. Come on. So you guys, first I want to begin with the Brawl Pass so you guys know what to expect on this puppy. As you all know, even with the free-to-play Brawl Pass tree, you're able to get a free pin pack at the very end. So that is one change that we already know about. But what else is different? So as you can see, if you purchase the Brawl Pass, the very first Brawl Pass exclusive skin, we have Poco Starr, or Star Poco, the theme park themed Poco skin there, looking fantastic. But let's continue along. At tier 10, you get a pin pack as well if you purchase the Brawl Pass, which is always fantastic. Guys, I'm a big fan of those pin packs, and I feel like they're definitely a good spot on the Brawl Pass rather than purchasing it with 50 gems every single time they come out. But continuing along, everything is looking pretty much so the same as other seasons here in Brawl Stars. But then we get to tier 30, and we have the newest brawler around the corner, Colette, a chromatic brawler. And like I said before, she is so much freaking fun. I can't wait to show you guys what she's all about. Very unique, something way different than what we're normally used to here in Brawl Stars. But again, we have some Colette pins along our way as well, and then we get closer to the end, collecting all those pins, and then we have that free pin pack at tier 70 along with the Colette skin, Trixie Colette, which is looking fantastic as well. Guys, I'm so dang excited for this update in general. I know it's considered a mini update, but the Brawl Stars dev team did a fantastic job building up the hype as well as introducing some really exciting things with the Brawl Stars lore and things along those lines. But you guys will have to let me know what you're thinking about the Brawl Pass here for Season 3. I think it's great. So everybody, transitioning into the brand new environment here coming to the game, and that is the gift shop. I know it looks kind of bleak and not crazy interesting in the preview here of Merch Fort, but I assure you it is such a cool theme, guys. One of my favorites in a long time here in Brawl Stars. So let's get into it and show you guys what it's all about. So as we're queuing in here, as you can see, we have that Star Park logo dead center of the map, as well as a bunch of really interesting things along the sides. Guys, I really enjoy seeing what new updates provide with the things along the sides. Like, it is a gift shop. Things are being sold out there. We have some 8-bit knickknacks and El Primo something there. We have some bow stuff, some spike stuff, as always, some Star Park railing here on the side. But what really intrigues me, if the bots will kindly let me live, is all this stuff here. I feel like especially getting into this Star Park update or this Star Park theme, all this craziness, everything could be a sneak peek or something like that. I feel so dang paranoid playing Brawl Stars nowadays. Is there anything noteworthy in that stuff up there? I'm gonna have to take a deep dive into the stuff in this update, I guess, but all really interesting. I love this environment. We even have like Spike socks and El Primo shirts down here being sold for the walls, boxes down there as well. My goodness, I love this environment, guys. You'll have to let me know what you're thinking about all this stuff. Like I said before, it's one of my favorites in quite a while. I love seeing all the merchandise. Hopefully we get maybe some of these things in real life. But everyone, as the bots pull a victory on us there in that last match, let's move along into the huge list of balance changes. 27 different brawlers getting something tweaked to their character. So like I mentioned in the beginning of the video today, most of the brawler balancing in this update is to the super regeneration rate, and it doesn't seem like a huge thing to change on a brawler, but when you get 27 different brawlers tweaking something small, I think it can go a long way with spicing up the meta or just shifting it a little bit, having a different feel inside of the meta. So I'm really excited for these changes, and I'm very much so looking forward to what you guys have to say about them. So since we have so many to get through, I'm definitely not going to waste any time. We're going to be kind of going through them relatively quick and then break it down with my general ideas at the end, which ones were surprising to me and whatnot. So let's get straight away into it. So everyone, as we're heading into our very first few brawlers that got changes, I'd first like to point out the changes to Training Cave, the new template to it. It's looking fantastic. We got Star Park here right by the mouse spots as if they came out of here. Kind of scary, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said before, this update just got me on a whole new level of paranoid, but other than that, I feel like it looks fantastic. It's definitely a huge upgrade from the bleak Training Cave that we used to have with the like gem grab setting. So big fan of this, but time to get into the balance changes. The very first 4 are classified as minor changes, not even labeled in the patch notes as a buff or a nerf, and the very first one is to Barley with a slight super recharge rate from his supers, so your super is going to give you a tiny bit more super than beforehand. The next slight change is to Carl, and it's the same exact change as Barley had, and that is a slight super regeneration from his supers. So if we use the whole entire thing, it puts us almost at 3/4 now. Moving along to Colt here, he got 2 different changes to his super recharge rate. The very first one is a slight decrease to his super recharge rate from his basic attack, but in turn his super recharge rate from his super then increased, so you can get your super a little bit easier. A full clip gives you more than 3/4 now. And the final one of these group of 4 is Jessie, and she got the same exact changes as Colt as well. So a slight decrease from a super recharge rate from her basic attack, but a super charge rate increase from her super attack. So the Scrappy will charge your next Scrappy even faster. So our next group of brawlers are actually classified in the patch notes as buffs. So these ones a tiny bit more substantial than the previous 4 that we went over. The very first change is to Bo, and he got a buff to his super recharge rate from his basic attack. Now it only takes full 3 shots to get your super back fully. And then the other change is he's getting a super recharge rate decrease from his super attack. But if you are able to land all 3 mines, you'll still get your super back. But seeing the difference here, if we land one of the mines here in the boss robot, we only get a tiny bit past 1/4, and then they're close to 3/4. I would say 2/3 there. The next buff on our list is to Bull, and he's getting buffed across the board, man. The very first change is to his health. He's getting a 100 health increase from 4,900 to 5,000, as well as on top of that, a slight super regeneration rate from his basic attack and super. So it only takes 2 shots to get your super, full shots, all pellets landing, and the super gives you a tiny bit more than 1/4 if landed on one enemy. So a really good buff to Bull. Next change is to Daryl. He's getting a very simple buff, but I think it should help him out a little bit, and that is a health increase, a 200 health increase, 4,800 to 5,000 to match Bull's health. So he should be at 7,000 at max level. You guys, I'm super pumped about this one. Dynamite also got a super charge rate increase from his basic attack. Now it only takes 2 shots to charge your super. Oh my goodness, so good. It's pretty safe to say the tanks are getting quite the hefty buffs here in this update. The next changes are to Primo. He is getting a super regeneration rate increase from his basic attack from 10 hits now to 9. He's also getting a super charge rate increase from his super from 5 to 4 now. And to top it all off, he's getting 11% radius increase to his meteor gadget. We'll see if that helps out. I feel like it's still going to be fairly weak. Rapid fire balance change time, baby. M's got a buff to her super charge rate, now fully charging her super with 3 basic attacks. Jean, same as M's, got a super charge rate increase to fully charge his super in 3 basic attacks. Pretty good. Jackie, same as M's and Jean, getting a super recharge rate increase to fully charge her super in 3 basic attacks. Pretty OP. Rosa also getting a super charge rate increase from her basic attack. Now it only takes 3 shots to get your super. New fun in real life challenge for today's video. Do 10 push-ups every time I say super charge rate. But Tara also getting a super charge rate increase from her basic attack, now only needing 4 full basic attacks to get her supers. So definitely a really good buff to Tara there. Super, really important for her. Next is Tick getting a super charge rate increase from his basic attack, now only needing 2 full basic attacks landing to get your super. Pretty OP there. Also 10 more. Time to get yoked, baby. Time to get jacked. Jackie got a buff to her first star power, getting a 50% radius increase as we're dying. to the sniper bot. Screw you. In all honesty, really like this buff. I feel like no one uses Jackie's first star power, so we'll see what happens with that. A lot of changes here to Nita next, overall classified as a buff. The very first one is a supercharge rate increase from 7 shots to 6 shots to get your super. The next one is a supercharge rate increase from your super. Once being 11 hits, now is only 10 to get your super. The next change is there was 1 second of delay added to the bear paw gadget before the stun is applied. So when you activate it, it takes 1 second, you get those little anger icons by the bear, and then it activates. Definitely a pretty hefty nerf to the gadget. And then finally, she got her gadgets back to 3 from 2. Not too shabby there for Nita, but definitely hitting hard on that gadget. We'll see how it makes her perform in the meta. Next, moving along to Shelly here. First things first, she got a 200 health increase from 3,600 to 3,800. She also got a supercharge rate increase with her basic attack, now only taking 2 shots to charge your super fully. And then the final change is a supercharge rate decrease from her super. Full clip will give you a little bit past 3/4 back on your supers, so relatively I think that's going to help out Shelly overall. Pretty good buff to her. Spike is also getting a pretty hefty buff here in this update. He is getting an attack damage increase. He is now dealing 560 damage per Spike from 520, and he also got a supercharge rate increase from the damage from his super, so not too shabby there for Spike. Now I wanted to save the final buff here for the end before we move on to the nerfs, because it's to my man Mortis, and it seems really interesting. I'm excited to see how it does for him. So get this. 1, he's getting a supercharge rate decrease from his basic attack, but they clarified that it won't impede any of his existing combos in the game. So we'll test this out. Normally it takes 5 hits to get your super here with Mortis. Are we going to get it? Yep, so we got that the same. So really, did it decrease that much? If it did, it is really slightly. Now where it starts to get interesting is he's getting a supercharge rate increase. Gosh, I'm getting sick of saying that word. Do 10 more push-ups, dang it. Time to get jacked today, baby. But it's to his super, so now it's only going to take if you land your super on 2 of the enemies. After that, it's only going to take 2 basic attacks now, where it once was 3. So I think that's going to be fairly decent for Mortis. We'll see how it goes. I know Mortis is notorious for being horrible without gadgets or star powers, so hopefully this helps him a little bit when you don't have him maxed out or anything. So we'll have to wait and see. So next, transitioning into the nerfs here in our list of balance changes, the very first one is to Mr. P. He is getting a supercharge rate decrease from his basic attack. Guys, I want someone to count up how many push-ups you would have had to done in today's video if you did 10 for every time I said that word. My goodness. But kind of like for Mortis, it's still only going to take 6 basic attacks for him to get his super back, so 3 counting the suitcase bounces. And he's also getting the same thing to his super. Guys, avoided saying the term, and that is to his super attack, his roboporters. It now takes 18 hits from the roboporters from 16, so pretty decent. The next nerf is to Poco, and it's to his gadget. He now only heals for 400 where it once was 500. I think it's really important to nerf Poco right now because I'm expecting a very tank heavy meta with all of the really good buffs to the tank brawlers here in this list of balance changes. So we'll see how that plays out. I know Colette is coming and she's a pretty good tank killer here in the meta, but I'm not sure, guys. I still think Poco double tank is going to be pretty decent. We'll wait and see. So the next nerf is to Surge here, and I think this is definitely going to impact him here moving forward in the meta, and that is his first star power. Reading it to the max, Surge's main attack now splits when hitting walls, so no mention of getting your split at the maximum distance of your basic attack like it once was. So we have the first star power activated, and when we reach our maximum distance, we no longer get that split off shot. So tier 3 Surge is definitely not going to be as crazy. So the final change classified as a nerf in the patch notes in today's video is to Gale, and it's funny how they word it. Spring Ejector, Gale's gadget, now no longer has as much ejector power. So now you can distinctively see which jump pad is from Gale, and it only springs you a short distance. A little wimpy spring. That's so funny, dude. Oh. So moving along here, our final 3 brawlers got actual alterations to their character just in general. The very first one is 8-Bit, and this is definitely pretty dang big, and that is his second star power. It is now called Plug-in. Extra life is no longer, so we'll read it off here. When 8-Bit is near his damage booster, he will plug in and have increased movement speed. So, hey, solving a problem that 8-Bit already has, and that is lack of movement speed. So let's take a look at this. All right, so 8-Bit normal movement speed. Now with boosted booster, he is getting some increased movement speed, man. Holy crap, and he gets extended range too with that increase. He's actually moving pretty quick, man. This is pretty awesome. What the heck? I like this. I like this better than Extra Life, if you ask me. I feel like Extra Life was just a showdown star power, where this is going to be a lot more fun playing with 8-Bit, lining up your shots kind of like a Colt would. Yeah. I'm a big fan. This is OP. So Gale is our next brawler who got an actual alteration, and that is to his second star power as well. It seems very, very good, and it's called Freezing Snow. Gale's snowballs now also slow down opponents for 0.4 seconds. So that's with his basic attack. So if you keep that long-range chip damage with Gale, you can really slow down the opponent that you're going for pretty decently. 0.4 seconds each basic attack, 3 basic attacks. You're looking at about 1.2 seconds. It's not bad. So the final alteration here is to Pam, and that is Pam's healing turret visual healing area has been adjusted to match the effective healing area. Visual area is now slightly smaller. So pulse modulator healing area has also been reduced to match the effective healing area of the healing turret, resulting in a slight nerf to the gadget. So we'll have to see how this does for Pam. It seems all very, very slight and minute here, the changes for Pam. So yeah, everybody, that is the 27 different changes in this extensive list of balance changes. So my general opinion, I always love really big overhauls in the meta, right? I feel like we've had a lot of brawlers kind of standing at the forefront for a super long time, even if they aren't like the super dominant brawlers like we've seen Surge and Gale that have been up there in the past. We've also seen other brawlers that kind of hide under their shadow, that are like in like the 5th or 6th place spot, that have been hanging up there for the longest time. So we'll see if 27 different changes can kind of shift up the meta a little bit. Maybe we'll see brawlers that we haven't seen in a really long time. Maybe some of the tankier units. Maybe Bull will be viable in like gem grab at a higher tier in competitive gameplay. We'll just have to wait and see. Very much so looking forward to it, as well as really hyped about the Mortis change. I hope it does good for people that don't have him maxed out, right? Getting your super regeneration rate increase from your super is really, really good. Being able to lead with your super and then getting those charges rolling there, I think is really important for Mortis. But you guys will have to let me know what you're thinking about other brawlers. I'm just kind of focusing in on Mortis because I enjoy him a lot. There's a bunch of other ones like the Dynamite and Colt one I think I'm a little bit excited for as well. But again, I really look forward to your input on these types of videos. Which one are you most excited for? But yeah, guys, that's all I got for you in today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to slap a like on it. I'd really, really appreciate it. Make sure to stay tuned to the channel. We got more juicy sneak peeks on the way, baby. Use code RAY all day long. Dance parties, y'all already know. All exclusive pass. You invited if you're using code RAY. But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. Much love, everybody. Enjoy yourselves today. Hopefully you're having a great day. Keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.